You probably have heard of a condition called sciatica, or at least know someone who has suffered with sciatica, and you'll probably understand that it's quite a concerning condition because it really can be debilitating a lot of people. Now in this, I want to explain to you exactly what sciatica is and why, if you ever get a diagnosis of sciatica, I want you to ask a professional or the health professional you visited, well, what is the and? So in this I'm going to explain to you exactly what this means. Now sciatica, the definition of it is pain in the distribution of the sciatic nerve. Now if you put your thumb up like this, that is how thick, as thick as your thumb, the sciatic nerve is. It's the thickest nerve in your body. Now it's made up of a number of different branches from your spine. So if we look at your spine, this being the back and this being the front, through there we've got all these bones, so 24 of them, and each bone has 2 joints between them. So there's about 50 joints in the spine there, and also between each level we've got these discs, so they act like shock absorbers. Now down here in the lowest part here, 3 of those then converge, a bit like if you imagine this was like a motorway and it went into like almost like a roundabout and was able, or like a spaghetti junction, and came off at different levels. Those exits are those individual, what we call peripheral nerves. So the sciatic nerve is one of those peripheral nerves, and there's many others that go into the leg. The sciatic nerve supplies a particular area down into your leg, the back of your leg down there. And when that happens, you know, that pinching, just like if you imagine traffic on the roads, if you've got, let's draw it out. So let's say, for example, those of you who've been following my socials for some time will know how amazing my drawings can be. So you are in for a delightful treat here. So we've got those sections. So you've got the neck here, the mid back there, and the low back here. Now, if for example, I had a problem here, the nerve would then be affected there. So that could cause sciatica. If, however, I've got tight muscles here, that could also pinch on the nerve, that could cause sciatica there. If I've got a disc bulging, that could cause sciatica there. So it really depends on where the source of the problem is, because we want to then relieve that rather than saying, oh yeah, you've got sciatica, because that doesn't give us a full explanation of exactly the source of it. So whenever I've diagnosed any of my patients with sciatica, I say sciatica due to a pinch in the nerve in this level, or by a joint that's inflamed or restricted, or by a disc that's bulging and pressing on it, or by a tight muscle that's pinching on the nerve, or something along those lines. If you don't look at the and part, then you're never going to clear it. Just like when you've got traffic, let's say when you meet traffic, the problem is you are worried about the car or vehicle in front of you, and it's not until you look further down the road what the blockage is. Or is it some roadworks going on? Is it that the traffic lights are dysfunctioning, so it's been on red for a while? Is it something else, like an accident that's happened? So that is your problem. The problem is the vehicle right in front of you, which is what the pain is. But until you source it back to wherever the problem's coming from, because it could even be something higher up that's causing a problem and changing the perception through there too, you're not going to really fully resolve that problem, and you end up in a cycle of just trying different things and not really getting to not getting to the root cause of the problem. I hope you found this useful. This is one of my favorite topics because people don't realize, even some health professionals don't realize the importance of this, and so often have told their patients, oh yeah, you've got sciatica, and they don't really get to the root cause, which is what we do here, and had great results with that too. Please do share this. I think it's really valuable for a lot of our community, and you can also leave me a like and a comment on all of my social media posts, and I appreciate your time. Thank you.